Thank you for joining us here today for News Minutes. And now the news. The mayor of Myrtle, Michael Kennedy, has issued a special invitation. The public is invited to attend the reception celebrating the town clerk's long service to the Myrtle community. Marie White started as a town clerk for Myrtle on February the 1st, 1993. The mayor and the Board of Aldermen will host a reception to recognize this milestone. The reception will be from 5 p.m. to 5:45 on February the 1st, right before their monthly board meeting. The Main Street Association invites members to come to the Sweetheart Trail from Thursday, February the 1st through Saturday, February the 3rd, and save your receipts. They ask all customers then between February the 1st and the 6th to be one of the first 50 people to bring receipts to the Main Street Association office totaling $50 and get a free downtown carriage ride for two from your friends at Mississippi Smooth Carriage Rides. If you are one of the first 50 people to bring receipts totaling $75 or more, you get free downtown carriage ride for two and a chance to win $200 in Main Street money. Main Street money can be spent with any of the Main Street members, just like cash. Stop by any participating Main Street shop and get more details, or call Billie Jean at Main Street Association office at 534-3438. Attention all Hickory Flat High School alumni. On Saturday, February the 3rd from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., the program Proud to be a Rebel is going to rock the gym like 1986. Everyone that has attended or taught at Hickory Flat is invited to join them for some good old Rebel basketball fun. This event is to help raise money for the school and to go back in time and show the kids how much fun it was to be proud to be a Rebel. Mark your calendars for this event, which includes alumni basketball, spaghetti supper for $10 a plate, and a chance to win $5,000. Now, a ticket is $100 for one chance, or you can get 10 chances for $200. Only 300 tickets will be sold, so get yours now. All past, present, and future Rebels and neighbors are invited to come out and have a good time playing ball, eating spaghetti, and winning some money, all while reminiscing about the good old days. We had a chance this week to catch up with Representative Trent Kelly and ask him a couple of questions about what is happening in Washington, D.C. this week. Thank you for joining us here today on TV 99. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on in Washington today?
Well, you know, we had I call it the Senate Democrats had a shutdown last Friday. We sent a bill over from the House for a continuing resolution, and which is way too frequent today. We sent all 12 appropriations bills from the House over to the Senate in September of this year, and there's been no movement on those. So these continuing resolutions are very difficult. So we did one of those last Monday after 3 days of government shutdown, which should have never happened. And the House, nothing changed from the House bill that was sent over Friday, except they subtracted 1 week off of it. You know, it funded the CHIPS program, the children's insurance, and we've just got to get out of these continuing resolutions and get into fully funding the government and doing all 12 appropriations bills on time every year, and quit holding people hostage over issues that have nothing to do with the other issues. Right now, you know, a lot of the national talk is about the Dreamers or DACA, and the Senate's working on their version of that. The House is much different. We made no commitments on that. We're going to do what's right by the Dreamers who are here. But we don't have the same ideas as the Senate, so there's a huge gap to close. The president is engaged in that. There's many issues that we're dealing with right now, and those have to be dealt with separately from the funding of our military and the funding of our government. And so it really frustrates me when people want to tie something that is unrelated to our troops who are suffering. We've had 80 people, 80 soldiers, 80 service members killed in training accidents this year, and 20 have died in combat. I think 21, 80 and 21. So the fact that we're not funding our military and we're holding them hostage over things that don't have to do with funding the government, that is ridiculous to me, and we owe our service members who give all the consistency to know that they will be funding and the ability to go do the training and have the equipment and the right parts to fix stuff to do things right. So that's the most frustrating thing to me in Washington right now.
Is there any bills coming up that we need to watch for or need to let you know our thoughts on?
You know, right now, I think the appropriations process is the most important thing. And again, we passed all 12 bills out of the House of Representatives in September. And so what we need is the Senate to fully fund all the things and quit doing this thing 3 weeks at a time or 4 weeks at a time or 6 weeks at a time or 3 months at a time. In September of each year, the House and the Senate should be able to put together 12 appropriations bill, agree on them, send to the President for signature so that we're funded a year at a time and not continuing to piecemeal stuff, because nobody wins when we do that. No one wins. And the House is doing our job, and many of the senators are. You know, our senators do a great job, and they voted for everything that they're supposed to vote for, but it's the entire process of having to have 60 votes in the Senate is frustrating to the majority of people, because we don't understand why we can't just get regular business done.
What needs to happen to undo the 60?
You know, I don't know if they need to or not. That's the Senate have their rules, and I don't get into whether or not they should change it. What I do know is they have to function as a body. And so that means people have to agree. It means we don't need to cross issues and get issues together that don't have anything to do with each other. And we need to find consensus in things that will pass both houses. And so we just got to focus on getting back to the way we used to do things, where people, when they didn't agree, rather than running to the first news station and shouting the other guy's a bad guy, is to get together in a room and decide where we can get consensus and come up with the right thing for America, not the right thing for the news stations.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
A new arbor was constructed this past week in the small pocket park across on Bankhead Street across from the New Albany police station. The city of New Albany had the arbor built, which will be a welcoming place to sit a spell and enjoy a little shade on a sunny day. Workers with C&A Construction Company were busy Thursday setting up the large vertical timbers that would support the structure. The arbor is completed and waiting for you to come and enjoy. Now, there is a very interesting sculpture located in the park called Swamp Flower. It is by Louisiana artist Mia Kaplan. It was installed in the park on March the 19th, 2017. The New Albany High School softball team held a pancake breakfast on the morning of January the 27th at the middle school cafeteria. Coach Evan Pounds, the parents, teachers, and players started arriving at 4 a.m. to start cooking for the day. They served dine-in and takeout plates from 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. The plates included scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and pancakes, with the butter and the syrup on the side. The money that was raised will be used to buy equipment, shoes, and other items the team needs for the Lady Bulldogs. If you were not able to make it for the breakfast and would like to support the team, please consider contacting Coach Evan Pounds at the New Albany High School and make a donation. 2018 Benton County Farmers Market released an update this past week. The market will be here before long, and they are pleased to announce that they will have 4 new vendors joining them this year on the lawn of the historic courthouse in Ashland, Mississippi. Last year, they became a state-certified farmers market. Out of the 82 counties, approximately 30 markets across the state have passed the Mississippi Department of Agriculture and Commerce's regulations and guidelines for this certification. They're going to submit and go through the inspection and criteria to recertify. This is great news for the customer and the vendors. They invite people to follow their Facebook page for the latest updates and exciting products that the vendors will have available for sale. Now, the City of New Albany will soon start advertising for bids to update Coulter Drive to handle additional traffic. The bids will be taken to widen the road and make improvements. The city is also in the process of seeking to get the cooperation from the landowners along this road. The city plans to put pipes beneath the widened areas for water to travel through that is now currently going through the ditches. The city essentially has the right-of-way that goes from the bottom of the center of the ditch on one side of the street and the ditch in the center on the other side. So far, a little more than half of the property owners have signed on to the project. The street is being used more now than ever, and traffic is heavy at times. The Movie Reel, the Hampton Inn, the Cracker Barrel, along with other businesses on Coulter Drive, all bring in traffic to this two-lane road. It is also used as a cut-through road from Bankhead Street to avoid some of the heavier traffic times that gets on Highway 30 West. More commercial development is expected on Coulter Drive, which makes the improving of this road a timely matter. There has been talk of improving the road on the east side of Highway 30 as well because of the increased traffic to the new hospital emergency department. The sharp curve into Oxford Road is an issue as well as it being narrow. It has no cupboards, but cost of the projects are the biggest delays. The transformation has begun at the New Albany High School stage to bring the Wiz to life for our viewing pleasure. On Friday, February the 9th and 10th at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday, February the 11th at 2 p.m., the students will perform The Wiz, the super soul musical Wonderful Wizard of Oz. It's a musical with music and lyrics by Charlie Smalls and a book by William F. Brown, and it's all based on the book by L. Franklin Bonham, the classic 1900 children's book. Tickets are on sale now and may be purchased through New Albany High School Library. Contact Amy Welburn at 534-1805. Reserved tickets are $10 and admission is $8. This month in history. On January the 24th, 1848, a millwright named James Marshall discovered gold along the banks of Sutter's Creek in California, forever changing the course of history in the American West. In order to direct the flow of water to the mill's water wheel, Marshall supervised the excavation of a shallow mill race. In the morning of January the 24th, 1848, Marshall was looking over the freshly cut mill race when a sparkle of light in the dark earth caught his eye. Looking more closely, Marshall found that much of the mill race was speckled with what appeared to be small flakes of gold, and he rushed to tell Sutter. After the assayer confirmed that the flakes were indeed gold, Sutter quietly set about gathering up much gold as he could, hoping the discovery would be a secret. However, word soon leaked out, and within months the largest gold rush in the world had begun. TV 99 North Mississippi covers a wide area of North Mississippi, and we would love to hear about your upcoming events and the news of your area. As you can see from the map here, we cover all of these areas now and are looking to expand. We know you have upcoming or past meetings, interesting people and events in your area. We're seeking musicians and people and places of interest. Please let us cover your news. Contact us by email, Facebook, or by phone. The information's on the screen. We look forward to hearing from you, and we enjoy you watching us here on Mac South. Thank you for joining us here today on North Mississippi TV 99 for the News Minutes.